Hello. Yeah, hi. Very good evening to all of you.
Hi. Hi all.
Uh, so let's get started. Eva, you were saying sign.
Yeah, assignment 2 done. For the third assignment, right? If I am not wrong, I can't see the questions because we have only the data for 1, for 2.
Uh,
Yeah. For 3, yeah, 3 we have question. And from 4 charts is starting. So for first 2, I couldn't figure out the question if I am not wrong.
One second. Let me just check.
Yeah, even for the 6th one, the or am I missing something? I don't know.
Child able
And sorry to interrupt. Before that, Amit, the time change is only for today or
No, no, for today. Just for today.
okay? Because this time would suit me because with the kids, so we can't able
Okay,
to.
it would be late for
8:30.
you.
Yeah, it's 8:30 for me. So just thought of confirming. Okay.
Just give me a second. I'm just opening the file to check.
Yeah, sure.
One was by the name of level 2, right? The file that you would have got.
Yeah.
Level 2 was one file which I shared in which you would have 8 questions.
Yeah. The other one, the first tab is form responses one. I couldn't figure
What's
out
the
that.
name of that other file? That is test, right?
Yeah, I think so because.
That is level 3. I mean, she's talking about level 3.
Just a minute. Actually, I renamed those files. Let me check in my mail.
Level 3, okay.
Yeah, level 3 MIS assignment.
Uh, oh, okay. I think the questions are missing in that, right?
Yeah,
In first and second, I think it's missing. But in the third, you have it.
yeah,
Fourth also you have it.
yes.
Fifth you have. So I think it's just the first two.
One is also.
In sixth also we have this question. Okay, let me just update this. I think I would have updated. I'll
Okay.
just check this and I'll do it. And I think level 2 MIS I have not shared, right? On level 3 you got it. So you were
Actually,
referring
you
to
got
this one.
two files because you
You would have
gave.
two.
Yeah.
One, see, I have totally shared 3 files. One was in the starting, that was level 1, I guess, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Initially,
And
one file. After that, in the name of assignment two, we got two files.
2 files. Yeah, and in the second file, so there are a couple of questions in which that question is missing, but uh, some of them have it, right? So like over here you have the question, but over here we don't have. So you
Yeah.
have it, it's just like we just have to generate the output like this. So it's the
Okay.
next
You need the
one.
formula. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if we click on the cell, you can see that
Solution is
some
there.
some question solutions are there. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't check this out because I completed only one.
So see, if you see that, you can see the solution.
And this is an index match question basically where you have to generate, where you have to pull, like this is like the name of the student, and from which location is he coming, and what was the sales units. So we have to generate that. So this is an index match question, and then this is a question for the chart, and then we have this question. This again it is mentioned over here. Also it's mentioned. If you come to the second question, so we have to figure out like for each student, like we have Dinesh, right? So what was the unit price for the previous reading? So we have this present reading and the unit chart. So this is what you have to practice like a VLOOKUP. So I just, I
Amit,
just,
as you were same in the file, I just have a small doubt in 10th question. Like if you go to 10th sheet, so here I couldn't get the. I mean, I'm getting the vegetables. I can share my screen and I can explain.
Sure.
Here, are you able to see?
Yes, yes.
Here, I get fruits. If I select, I get, what can I say? If I say dry fruit, I cannot, I mean, get this dry fruit section. If I select the regular, I can get the regular mango and banana. I don't know where I'm getting wrong here.
No,
Or you can explain the question there, then I can try later.
First of all, the first question says, first of all, what you have to do is you have to get two options, that is fruit and vegetable. So we are getting that.
Yeah.
Right. So click on that first one, the fruit one.
Yeah.
And it's always so just so I can select. Why are you getting so many? Actually there are a lot of spaces.
Because this is horizon. I mean, I took like horizontal.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What happened is
B, C, D, E. It's taking B, C, D, E columns.
See, what we do is, so like if we have these kind of scenarios, what we do is on the right hand side, we do our data preparation. So if you will try to make the selections from here only. So what happens is it leads to certain challenges. So what I will do is I will make my data over here. I will say, okay, two options, fruit and vegetable. Okay, I'll create that over here. Probably let's make it nearby, like so that it's clearly visible. Fruit, vegetable. So what I would do is like instead of giving the the range from there, I would rather come over here and I'll choose this as an option.
The down one, down, yeah. You have to click that. Yeah.
So I will just select my range, which you gave over here. I will rather give it over here. Okay. So now what is going to happen over here is, I click on OK. You will notice now I will not have any spaces and all.
Yeah.
Get fruit and vegetable. Now when you come over here, so when you select fruit, so what should happen is I should be getting my output as dry fruit or regular, right? So dry fruit or regular. So typically, this is a data preparation task that we have to do. So these are the fruits, and then what I'll do over here is similarly you have it something for this vegetable also. This, what we will have to do is, this we'll have to rename it as fruit.
I already give address like.
No, we have already done it, right? So this is, you're already getting the fruit and dry fruit. So if you select dry fruit, so what should happen is you should get
The dry fruit
Ram
list.
Kaju Kishmish. This we are not created.
I created, but it's not working for dry fruit. It's only working for that regular fruit. If you select regular, it's displaying the regular things, regular fruits.
See, I'll tell you what has happened. So, when you, so when you create these named ranges, right? So when you create the named ranges, so what happens in that case is you cannot have a named range with a space, right? If you come over here in the formulas, okay, so you created a okay, you have created this dry fruit, right? So now you see over here in the named range, you don't have a space, correct?
Yeah, yes.
But the name that you are giving over here, it has a space, so it will not find that named range.
Yeah, it's not taking the space in that range. If I try to give the space, it's not taking it.
It will not take. No, it will not take.
Okay.
So how can you resolve it? See, what we do in this case is we again have to take the help of supporting cell. Okay, if you remember, we have to make the formula dynamic, like something that we did in the VLOOKUP. So what I will do is, I will have to maintain a list over here. I can say over here, I'll apply a formula equal to if. See, there are multiple ways of doing this. So I am telling you a smaller one, and I'll tell you a little bigger one also. If I say if this value is equals to dry fruit, then what I want is the output should come as dry fruit, comma, that also I should write in. And if it is false, right, I have to check for one more part, and that is if the same value is equal to non-seasonal, I want the output to be as non-seasonal. Correct? And if it is false, then whatever the output you are getting, it should be the same. Okay. See, now if you see over here, if you will select dry fruit or regular, it gives above as the regular. And if you come over here, you select vegetable. If you come over here now, if you will select non-seasonal, it will come non-seasonal without space. So in this indirect formula that you have applied, right, the indirect formula that you have applied, what I will do right now is I will just change the reference. So where you're given H12, I'll make it H11. Can you do it? I think I'm not able to. That's it. Okay. See, now if you will click on this non-seasonal tomato, previously they wouldn't have been coming, right?
Yeah.
If I select dry fruit,
Yeah.
I see that. So now what you do is the reference is coming from here now. So what you can do is if you come in this so that it's not visible to your end, your client, so you change it into white color, or you can also hide it.
Oh.
I mean, you can just change the color. That's it. So now it will not be visible to the end user. Okay. Or what you could have also done is if you had a bigger list, right? Suppose, can anyone tell me what we could have done in that case? If suppose we had 10, 20 such items which had some space and all. So what I should have done in that scenario? Yep. Because writing if condition would have become very, very lengthy. See. So what I'll do is see, I have transposed the data and pasted it over here. Okay, I have just made it, pasted the same thing on this side. Now dry fruit, it has a space, right? So what I will do over here is I'll remove that space over here. Same is the thing I'll do for the non-seasonal. Okay. Now I hope you can all answer it. What I can do in this case now. So over here, what shall I do? Any suggestions?
Then no need of formula. I think we can just like change that.
Sorry?
If there is no space, then no need of this formula, right?
No, but if we will give it like this. Now over here in that color, the list will have dry fruit without a space. Right? Don't you think? But that will not look good. Like it is coming dry fruit without a space, non-seasonal without a space. It will look like a one word. Because we have to take care of the presentation also.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I can do is I can apply VLOOKUP. Can I? I will say equal to VLOOKUP. My lookup value is this, comma. My table array is this. We'll freeze this, comma 2, comma 0. Right? So now let me just change its color to black. See, now it's simply looking up the value and picking that up. So now I don't have to write that if condition with if conditions that if this is this, then this, if this is this, then this is this. It's simple if condition. VLOOKUP, I'll apply it and it'll pick the correct value for that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is you can just hide these fields. How to hide it? Just select them, right click and hide. now I can share my screen.
Yeah.
Any other question you want to ask?
Yes, Amit. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Amit, in that same question, that sheet, question number 2.
Yes.
Okay, in that the prince, in the data, prince is their name. But when we apply the formula, it was showing as not available for prince only. Why is it like that? Because it's already there in the data, right?
Which question was that?
Second one.
Yeah. So you're saying prince is here,
that
but it's
prince,
not coming.
Yeah, prince not available. Even I applied that formula, it also, but it was showing as not available. NA. Why? But because it's already there in the data also, right?
See, what happened is just come in the formula, and we are looking up this value.
Yeah.
So there is, just check if there is some space that is coming up. So space is also not there.
See, actually, the range selected is wrong. It is from
Range is going
A4.
down.
Prince
Range
is in A2.
Yeah. So
if it is
range,
A2, it's
freezing was not done, so that was a problem.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So freezing is not there, so it is moving down.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just open that file. So what we'll do over here is, like yesterday, what we were doing was we were talking about the pivot tables. Okay, so what we'll do now is let's create a pivot table now. So we will get the pivot table again, right? So you all have this file. So I'll request, all please select the data up till the discount. Okay, and the entire data up till the last, like here. So please select this data and let's create a pivot table on this. Right, so pivot table we discussed partially yesterday that it's about when we have to create some summary, right? So that is where we use the pivot tables in that scenario. So you select the data and you come to the insert, and over here we have pivot tables. So there's a shortcut for that. Shortcut for a pivot table is Alt DP. Alt DP. So if I press Alt DP, you will get the pivot table. Okay. Now you click on next. It is going to ask that the range that you have selected, this is what you want to use for your pivot table. So range is selected. You click on next. Now it is asking, where do you want to put the pivot table report? On a new worksheet or existing worksheet? I'll definitely be putting it on new worksheet. And I'll click on finish. Okay. So now what you all have to do is create a pivot table where I would like to see the sales by region and category. So what we do is we bring the region. So I bring, where is the region? I bring the region into the rows. I bring the category. Into the columns. And I bring the sales into the values. Now I can see this pivot table. Right, now pivot table, is a very interesting feature. So it gives you grand totals as well. Okay. And you will notice when the pivot table is created at the top, right? At the top, you will notice there are two options that get activated. When you are in the pivot table, you will see at the top, you see two options. One is, these are pivot table tools. One is options and one is design. So when you click on design, okay, when you click on design, what you can do is you can change the look and feel of your pivot table, right? You can just apply some coloring effect if you see, right? So you can select some pivot table styles from here and you can apply them. Okay, so just a coloring effect, nothing more than that. Then if you come over here, you see there are two options of subtotals and grand totals. If you click on the subtotals, right now there are no subtotals. I'll show you when the subtotals will come. Right now we will click on we only have the grand totals. If you think that you don't need the total, click on grand total. You can say off for rows and columns. Now if you see, you don't get the totals. Again, if you come over here and you say grand total, you only want it for rows. You will say on for rows only. So you will get it only for rows. If you want for columns, only for columns. So you will get only for columns. And if you want back for both, on for rows and columns. So pretty straightforward, 4 options. Okay. So in the latest version, so mine is 2010. If you are using a 13 or a 16 version, you will get the word as analyze. It's just that the namings was changed in the latest version. So it doesn't make a difference. Options will be the same. I'll also update my Excel. I also have to update it. Maybe today or tomorrow I'll do that so that we all have the same look and feel.
But I can't see that designs that you were selecting from.
Can you share your screen?
Just a second.
Nearby analyze, there is design.
You have to design, analyze and design. At the top, right on the analyze, where should analyze next to that design? Above only in the menu option. Where should analyze on the right hand side of that, there is written design.
Tab, design tab.
Above, little above. See.
Near to analyze, right side.
Okay.
Design.
See this. This is design,
yeah,
and this is analyze. So analyze in my case is coming as this the options, right? So in your, it is just the design. So I mean, this name is different, but design is same. So in the design, you can see these options over here, okay? And you can select the design coloring effect from here, and you can select the totals from here. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So okay. So now if you come to the back to the design, you can also change the layout. So I'll show you the layout. See, what we'll do now is, let's do one thing. Let's bring the category into also into the rows. Pick up the category, bring that also into the rows. If you see now, structure has changed. First you have region, and inside region you have category. Now please take a look at the data for a minute. You will be able to get most of the understanding by looking at it itself.
So can I say like for each region, category wise total sales?
Huh? But you see now, for central, it is saying in central region, in these three categories, this was the total sales that happened. And this is the total for central. And same with, then you have for east region, like what was the sale happened for the different categories, and you can see the total. Now, if you see the things over here, so basically, this is something that is called as subtotal. This is called as subtotal. Okay. So if you don't want to see the subtotals, again, you can come to the design, and now you have the subtotal option. Suppose you say you do not want to show the subtotals. See, the subtotals are now not coming. You only have central, the sale, east, the category. So you don't want them, you can remove them. You want them, like where do you want to show them? Do you want to show them at the top or at the bottom? So you can select that. Like where do you want to show them? If you want to show them at the top or at the bottom of the group. So you can just use this option. And then you also have an option of report layout. Now this is where you can change the look and feel. See, if you show it in the compact form, it comes like this. Below this, you have the names. You come over here, you make it outline form. It comes like this, right? So column of region is different. This is different. Okay. And same way, if you come over here, you show in tabular format, it comes like in the form of a table. So not much significant difference in this, but yeah, it has changed, right? Please try this, the report layout. Just try these options. This is just to change the look and feel of the table. That's it. Right? Getting it? So now, in the report layout, you have an option called as repeat all item labels. See, repeat all label item means, right? If you see right now over here, okay, if you take a look over here, these rows are coming blank, right? If you want, like this east should get repeat every time, south should also get repeat every time. So what you can do is you can come over here and you can say repeat all label items. So now that way it looks like more like a complete report. So this is something that you can use as an option. Okay. Sometimes what happens is, by mistake, if this window gets closed by you, if you close this window, now if you will click over here in the middle, the window will not come. If you think that is the case that has happened, just don't worry, right click over here and say show field list. It will come back. Okay. And now what we do is, now we come to the analyze in your case, which is options in my case. Okay. Now over here, I am going to discuss about the most important options over here. That are these, right? Refresh and change data source. See, what is refresh? So what will now happen is, suppose your orders, in this order, some data got updated. Okay. Now I'm not talking about adding the rows. Right now, I'm not talking about adding the rows. I will be coming to that also. I'm not talking about adding the rows. I'm talking about a simple stuff. Suppose you change some data in this sheet over here, right? Like for example, the sales numbers that you have, they were incorrect somewhere or something got changed. Any modification happened in the existing data. If that is the change that happens and you want that the impact should come in the pivot table also, you will have to come on the options and you will have to click on refresh. If you will not click on refresh, the data will not update over here. Although you might have a new data in this, but your pivot table will still be showing the previous data. Okay, so you have to make sure that you refresh it. Got the point?
Yeah.
So when you click on the refresh, the Excel will, this pivot table will hit that order sheet and bring the updated data. Like for example, let me show you. See, I'll show you something. Like in this pivot table, right now we have the region central, east, south, and west. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me rename east as eastern. Let me replace that. I'll press Ctrl H. I want to replace east with eastern, and I'll replace all. So my searches are done. I have replaced east with eastern, right? If I go back to my pivot table, it is still showing east. So what I'll do is I will have to come over here in the options. I will say refresh. The moment I refresh, east becomes eastern, right? I hope everyone is clear on this.
Yeah. And what's the difference between refresh and refresh all?
See, refresh and refresh all is you can have multiple pivot table as well. Right now, I'm just having one pivot table,
Yeah.
right? So what if I have multiple pivot tables? So if I have this data also, and I have created a pivot table over here also on this one. Okay, now this is another pivot table that I have. Now, if I will click, if I am in the pivot table, if I'll click on refresh, only this pivot table will be refreshed. But if I'll click on refresh all, this pivot table will also refresh and this pivot table will also refresh. So you can have multiple pivot tables. In fact, if you want, you can make a copy of this also, right? If you just copy this,
Okay.
right? If you copy and paste this, now this is another pivot table. This is pivot table 1. This is another pivot table.
Okay.
So now if I'm in this and if I say refresh, only this will be refreshed, right? Like let me show you. So let me do one thing. Let's see, you can see eastern and eastern over here. I come back in this and I will replace eastern back with the east. And now if I come back, see if I'm in this pivot table and I click on refresh, okay, okay, this was actually connected to this only, so that is why I just changed over here. Pivot table 3. One second, why this one refreshed? Let me update the data. I'll just show you this again. So basically, this option is for that only. Like what you want to do is you want to refresh once, or you refresh all the pivot tables that you have. I'll just show you because it was I made a copy of that, so these two just got connected to each other. So that is why that is that problem that is happened. I'll just create one more pivot table separately.
Even though if you're not selecting or not, all the pivot tables in the same workbook will get updated if you click refresh all. Is that right?
That is right. That is
correct.
correct.
Okay. Yeah.
In that complete workbook, all the pivot tables will be refreshed.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So now the most important part of it. Now suppose I add some new rows in it. Right? Suppose I am adding some new rows of data in it. And let's call this as a new region. Now, if I refresh the data, what do you think? Will this new region come in my report, or will it not? Now, if I have added some new rows in which I am saying I have added a data for new region. What was the sales happening in new region? So if I come back over here, now do you think this new region will get, if I refresh it, so it will come up? See, it doesn't. So if you see now, new region.
Because the range changed there.
But if you see the sale it is giving me is 0.44. And if you come over here, so it is not 0.44, right? It is actually more than that. It's 3.55. So basically what has happened is because there was this also, I just, this was actually central. So I renamed that also with that new region only. So that is what is coming. You don't have it because I renamed one of the rows. So the problem that has happened is because when we were creating the pivot table, right? So if you remember when we were creating the pivot table, we had selected the data only up till this row, 9995. We had selected the data from here to up till here only. Okay, as a result of which, what has happened was it will automatically not take the data that is newly added now. Okay, so if you want to see that data, you can do that. If you come to the data, in the pivot table, you see there is an option in the options. There is an option of change data source. Over here, you will be able to see the range was selected only up till 9995. So one way is I come over here and I select my range again. I make my selection one more time so that I take the new rows also into consideration. Okay, now I do it and I click OK. So now if you will see, I get the new region as well. And I'm getting the correct sales also. But I cannot keep on doing the same thing again and again, right? If every time new data, new rows or new columns come up, I can't keep doing the same thing again and again, right? So how can I make this thing dynamic? How can I make sure that the new rows are added? My pivot table should automatically take that up. Offset, right? So we will require an offset function for that. So how will I create the offset function now? How will I use it? All of you please create that range dynamic. So what we'll have to do is we have to come to the formulas. We will come to the name manager, and I will create a new name range. Let me call it as dynamic range, and I will have to set up the formula. What will be the formula? I will say offset. What is the reference point? Reference point is this. How many rows down? 0, 0, comma, count A, right? I have to count the number of items over here. Sorry, first was in the height, right? First is the height. Close it, comma, count A in this row. That's it. And my range is ready. And range. So what I'll do now is I'll come back to my pivot table. And over here in the change data source, I just have to give that name. Okay. So now you see I've given that name of the range inside this dynamic range. That's it. Now what is going to happen is if I go back to my data, and let's add a new region over here. Let's call it as new region 2. And let's come back and let's refresh this. Right, new region 2. So you have this 2 as well. Hello, or can you hear me, or is my voice breaking or what?
No, it is okay now. We were hearing some of the background.
Some background noises we are hearing.
Okay. Right. So were you able to follow up for this, the range that we created, and how did we apply it over here? Yeah. Any question on this? So shall I move ahead? If you're trying, I can just wait for a minute. Hello, yeah. Did you all get a chance to try it? Hello? Okay. See, now, additional thing that we can do over here is in the pivot table, you can also add calculated column, right? You can add a calculated field. Like for example, this is the total sale that happened. Okay, this was the total sale. Suppose what I want to do now is I want to give whatever was the sale for each this category. I want to give that 10% of that as a incentive to my employees, right? So I want to calculate what will be the 10% of my total sales that was generated. So what I can do is if you come in the options, okay, there is an option of field items and sets. If you will click on this over here, you will find the option of calculated field, right? So you can create the calculated field. Suppose I am calling this as incentives. Incentive is you give the name of the field. What is the name of the field? That is incentive. Then you write your formula. What is the formula? Formula is 10%. That is 0.1 multiplied by what I have to multiply this with? Sales. I have to multiply that with sales. I say insert field. So I'm saying I want to create a new calculated field. The name of that field is incentives, and that the calculation for that is 0.1 into sales. So please do it up till here. And then you click on OK. And what will happen now is you can see now you have the sum of sale also and incentives also. You can see the two things. You are getting sale and incentive, right? This was the total sale and this is the incentive. But it is just that. Let me just move it from here. Okay, actually there was this problem that was happening. It was just overlapping. See, now if I do is, if I bring the sales and if I bring the incentives, so you can see this was the total sale and this was the incentive. Right, so now this incentive is something that I've calculated. Okay, you will not find that incentive field in the main table, right? It is not created over here. It is just visible in. I think this was the one that we created previously, right? This is not that incentive. So this is not that incentive that we created, right? So please don't get a little confused. So let me do one thing. There are so many fields that we created. Just got that. See, this is incentives and this is incentive. So this is the name field is different. Now this is incentives which we have calculated in the pivot table. So this field you will, or let's do one thing. Let's just rename this so that it doesn't create confusion. Let me just rename this field. Incentives that we have. Okay, so let me call it as bonus. Okay, I'm just calling it as bonus. So you see now I'm getting the bonus, which is again 10% only. But when you create a calculated field in pivot table, it will not be visible in the main table, right? It is something that is visible to you only in the pivot table over here, right? Not in the main data. So it doesn't get created over there. So it is just getting calculated in your pivot table now. Now, this is one of the very hot questions that is, I have seen in most of the interviews being asked. However, it's not exactly in the interview. So like when you go for any of the job openings related to the Excel, or I would say, the data science altogether. So what they do is they give you a small test in the start. They will give you a small test of Excel, SQL, and some, Tableau or Python. So they will give 5 to 10 questions from each of the different topics. So from the Excel, like this pivot table of questions will be 110% will be there, and how you create a pivot table and how you create a calculated field in that. These are two things that you will always find. Okay. So please let me know if you all are able to try it.
Yeah, and Amit, I have a question. You said this incentive field list, right? It is available in the pivot table only. Can I reuse this for another pivot table, or it is only local to this particular pivot table?
No, this will be used in this pivot table. So when you create another pivot table, so what happened in that case is the data source will be again changed for that. But this field will be available only in this pivot table, not in another one.
So I can't reuse this calculated field?
No. Okay. It can be used only in this particular table.
Okay. Yeah.
So like, for example, if you come over here now, see, you don't have that field over here, okay, right? The another pivot table.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this is, where I think I'll take pause for now, right? Because I guess it could be late for you guys as well. So I would not like to stretch it more after this. So today I'll be uploading 1 or 2 more assignments on the Excel, and now they will be a little more on the advanced side. Okay. I'll do that. And in the next class, we will be learning on how to work on the dashboards. We will be creating some dashboards in the next session. Okay. Okay, so next class, we'll have on our usual time only. It was just for today's session. And because for me also, in India, it gets usually your session start at 5 a.m. But today I didn't had a second session, so I thought I can probably, extend my sleep, and I asked you guys to join a little late. Because right after your session, there is also one more session that I take, like for usual days.
Amit, one last question. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, go ahead. Or shall I ask?
Yeah.
No, I thought
Go ahead,
someone was
Deba.
asking something.
No. Go ahead, Deba.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Thanks, Dev. Amit, one quick question. I saw an option of recommended pivot tables, and I was trying that, and it is suggesting some templates.
You know, this feature that you are saying, so this is, I think this has come up in the latest the version. So what it does is it basically identifies some pivot table that you can quickly create. Like if you can share your screen. So I'll just show you that.
No, actually I was trying in another system. I'm listening in one system and trying in another one.
Okay.
So,
so you know, because this is like a feature that has come up, basically that will come in the charts also. Okay. So you can, based on the selection of the data that you would have done, so it shows you that what chart you can create. So this is just a recommendation from the Excel side.
I can also edit that, right? That recommended pivot.
You can edit that.
Okay.
So it will just create as a quick one, but then later on you want to modify it, change it, all those options will come up back again like the usual ones.
Okay. Maybe I can try that. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for the session.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, and enjoy the weekend. So let's connect next week now.
Okay. Thank you all. See you on
Thank you all.
Thank you for the session. Bye all.